Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Egyptian. Today we're taking a look at Outlaws of the Old West. So we've dabbled in this a little bit in the past, but I was kind of running around the entire map trying to get you guys some good shots to kind of check out the entirety of the map, get a feel for it, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But this is a new one on me. There is some bandits over here, which is definitely not a new one, but apparently this is a roaming trader. That's pretty cool. Apparently you can come up to him, just hold E, or I'm sorry, press E, and you can just trade with him. So that's pretty cool. That's something that I wanted to show you real quick. I do kind of want to kill these bandits over here. I don't have a whole lot of ammunition. As you can see, I did make a little pistol here, but I only have 8 ammo currently. Killing them is one good way to get more ammo, but for now we're going to go ahead and just kind of leave that as it is. So I am a ridiculous distance away from home. We're going to go ahead and leave it right here. I'm going to go back to the house. We're going to kind of check things out, show you guys some things that I've done, give you some insight on what I think of the game at the current state. And yeah, I'll see you guys when we get home. Alright guys, we came back to the house. Here we are, and I have done a little bit of work here. So don't feel left out. We can always build something else to kind of get you guys a little bit more acquainted with the building. But I think I've kind of decided that this is going to be a little bit more of a tips and tricks video. We're going to do a little bit of crafting, a little bit of this, that, but mainly more than anything, I kind of wanted you guys to see what you're capable of doing in this game. Some of the different main focal points of the map. I was not able to find the massive lake, which is kind of crazy because it's humongous and it's in the middle of this giant ravine type of area. But a lot of the other highlights we were able to touch on. But in all honesty, this map is huge. It is extremely big. So number one, get a horse as soon as possible. If you want to see a lot of different biomes, find the river, follow the river. The main river will take you all the way up from the icy mountains down into like the redwood forest type of area, into the grasslands, curve around, go into the desert. It is pretty amazing. Even with a horse though, it can take 15, 20, 30 minutes, depending on if you're stopping, getting resources, you know, whatever you're doing. If you're just following the river, I would say it's going to take you at least 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes to get all the way on the other side of the map. So it's pretty crazy. If you love single player, nobody bothering you, you're on your own, sitting around, crafting, gathering resources, you like that kind of a grind, this game is definitely for you. Seeing how we are in a solo play now. If you like doing that similar type of thing, but you like the adversity of being with other players and servers and so on and so forth, they definitely have that as well. I can't speak for the servers currently, what their state is. I have not jumped into one, but they also have private servers. I've played private servers before. That was very smooth, and we used to have 20, 30 people in there. That was really fun. So, this is what I've built. I went ahead, like I told you guys in the last episode, I knocked out the ceiling. It's just too cramped. It's too small. You need to make it taller if you want to feel like you have more room. So the footprint is the same, and instead of the staircase, I kind of added this type of stairs here. We're getting a little bit hungry here. We should have some food. This is what your food looks like when it's spoiling, so we're going to go ahead and throw that out. This is all uncooked here, and there we go. Smoked wolf meat. Yum, yum. All right. I did make a little canteen here as well, which you can make in the little metalworking building that you guys saw earlier. I'm sorry, not the building, the table right here. Cool. So yeah, now we have this. This is our secondary little area here. This is for all smelting. I did make the brick forge here, which is exactly the same, except you can make glass, tar, which is new on me, and you can also make steel and bronze. Those are very new. So overall, the game hasn't changed dramatically, but I have seen some new animals, and that's another thing that I want to touch on. As far as animals go, if you like realism, the horse mechanics sound and look really good, but there's a lot of things that are very unreal, and that's actually what I like about it. I'll throw a little clip in there of the horse jumping. you can jump unreasonable amounts with the horse, like distances. And the horse can take fall damage after a certain amount, but it's pretty crazy how far you can jump with the horse. There are a number of types of big cats: dogs, wolves, coyotes, all the way up to bulls, bison, um, moose. I mean, there's so many different types of animals. I ran across some wild turkeys, uh, minxes, I think they were, little spotted minxes, cougar type of creatures. It's pretty crazy. So if you just like the wildlife, you like the more realistic zombie-free survival game, this might be the game for you. So to touch on a few things that we've done here, I went ahead, as you can see, I made my cowboy hat. Let's go ahead and get this off the screen. All right. You can press H to get the HUD off of your screen. You can press P, and he will stay in place, and you can kind of rotate and get some cool shots of the game. So there you go. There's that. I also made this hat up here. I think I actually put it away. Did I put it away? No. I reorganized. So I auto-organized it, so it kind of moved everything around. There you go. You can see it's like a raccoon skin type of hat. Go ahead and press P again. Hey, look at that. Look at that. So there's a lot of different biomes in this game. Some clothing actually does help to keep you warmer, although I was just up in the mountains. It doesn't seem to have any effect on you. The temperature meter at the top up there that you can see, it does change, but your health doesn't. So I'm assuming it still doesn't affect you. Kind of strange that that change hasn't been implemented yet. I did make a lot of tools here, which I made these in the... These aren't the ones that you can make in the normal crafting system here. These are much better, much stronger. You can make here in the metal bench. There's the two-handed axe, two-handed pickaxe there. But I wanted to show you guys something as well. If you are playing this game, you decide that this is for you. Some of these taller boulders and things like that for the iron and the salt and the rock, you can actually come up to it on the horse. And even though it's a two-handed tool, you can hit it with one hand hanging off your horse. Another thing too, these are bigger, heavier tools, so they're a little slower. You can click and hold, and you can see the speed here. But if you click and hold, and then you move your mouse to the right, they'll kind of come in at an angle, and you can see much, much faster. Save you a little bit of time there. Another tip from the very beginning, you are going to need cotton. Cotton, salt, and coal. So the big black lumpy rock looking things, I think that might be one over there. You guys seen it in the previous episode. If you didn't, go back and check it out. I think there's some more coal over there. The iron has the normal rock with the red ribbon type of looking things in it. It basically looks like a conglomerate. So yeah, a lot of these things you can hit from the horse, or you can hit faster in general just by moving your mouse over. Very helpful, very big time saver, especially when you get advanced enough to where you can make the mine, and then you can go into the mines. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff you're going to be hitting down there. So what else have we done? I think that is pretty much it, to be honest. Most of my time today has been spent just going around trying to take different shots of different biomes for you guys to, you know, a lot of effort just for a few seconds in the beginning of the video. Hopefully you can appreciate that. I did make a smoker here. The smokers are pretty useful. You can just say, let's say I want to hit shift here. Take how many pieces of wood you want. Let's do, I don't know. Let's do 30, 31. Sure, why not? You can hit ignite, and any meat that you put in here, it's automatically going to cook. Now, the good thing about the preserved meat, you can just right click, bring it over. Good thing about all this meat is that it lasts a little bit longer. You guys see this little spoiled product here. That happens with all food. Berries, meat, you name it. It all spoils eventually. One by one, and it's pretty slow, but it does spoil. If you make yourself a smoker here, it's a lot less of a problem, I should say. The meat keeps a lot longer. You take it on you for your long voyages when you're checking out the entirety of the map. And yeah, pretty cool. Let's see how much leather we can make here. I think we'll go ahead and make 20. Very nice. What do we need to make this little bad boy here? Raw hide, 10. I want to make the saddle first. Yeah, I definitely want my beautiful little horse here to make a saddle. Speaking of horses, there are horses of every make and color. I was going to say make and model. Yeah, no, not make and model. Bunch of different color patterns. There's some very rare solid black, solid white ones. Most of them you're going to see these little spots, these little patterns on them. But very, very beautiful horses. I'll actually give you guys an idea of what I meant by unrealistic jumps. So if you come to even much larger elevation than this, and you just come over here and you're like, oh, I want to jump over this rock. Okay. And you can actually turn while you're in the air too. So that's what I was talking about. That part is quite unrealistic, but I actually love it. I think it makes the game so much more fun. Yeah, the horse is an absolute necessity. I can't stress that enough. Definite necessity. Speaking of horse, what do we need to make his little thing here? We need 5 leather, 5 rope. We can go ahead and craft some more rope. Just so you guys aren't having to hear that thing click at all times, we'll only make 5. Well, there's just so many things to make. I mean, a saddle is going to allow you to have more storage like we talked about in the past. But you can also make trailers. Like this trailer here is for storage. This one is for transporting people. This one is for water. This one, I mean, a whole bunch of different stuff. There is a distillery here. You can actually make like moonshine type products. I don't really remember what it goes for. I know you can trade it. You can sell it. And I believe you can probably make it for medicine. If you're in a server game or if you're going to host your own server, you can make things like mailboxes. You can actually send mail to people. Quite unnecessary, especially if you're in a Discord chat or something along those lines. But it's just another level of things that they've thought about putting into this game. Now, is this the most refined game? No. But a lot of those little details that they've thrown in there like that really make this game feel like it's on a whole nother level. And I really, really appreciate that. Cool. Let's try to get this saddle made up. You can see how quickly that leather got tanned. All right, the basic saddle's good. It's perfectly fine. 4 seconds for that. We'll go ahead and wait for this guy here. Go throw it on our horse. Hold E, you can open his inventory by scrolling over and clicking on it. You can see his berries are going bad too, little by little. Interesting. Oh, there you go. Okay, so I had to put it in his inventory first. Very well. Cool. So he looks like he's pretty good to go. You can see his little experience meter here. We've put a lot of energy into him. Nice. So look at that. Simple, but it makes it, again, makes it feel like it's a more in-depth game than it really is. Cool. Anything else that we can look at here? That's our saddle. We did make a little bit of pistol ammo here, which you can see you need bronze, gunpowder, iron ore. Since this is important, if you're going to be playing this game, I'll actually show you how to do that. They have changed it up a little bit, so we'll run through that real quick. So to make bronze, there's a couple things that you need. You can see the bronze is right here. It's it's tin and copper ore, 5 each. Let's go ahead and do craft all. I can only make 6. Let's see. Let's add a little bit of wood here. Ignite it. Okay, gunpowder. So for the gunpowder, which we did make the chemistry station right here. In order to do that, I'll show you guys that again one more time. You have to come over here. You have to make these glass molds, which cost 5 ore each. Once you have 10 glass molds, you come over here and you make your glass here. Simple as that. You're going to need sand and the glass molds, and that is it. And the sand, just like everything else that I showed you, you're going to be doing in here. Sand, that's just from normal rock. You're grinding it down, and it's as simple as that. So the sulfur rocks, we're going to make some coal powder here. I think that's it. Let's see what else. Let's see what all we need for the gunpowder here. So gunpowder is this little guy here. You need sulfur, coal, and salt. Okay, so salt. We need salt. Do as much of that as possible. Make sure we don't have any hiding in here. Sulfur. There's one more. I don't think it's going to do us a whole lot of good, but why not grind every little bit that we have here? Oh, don't do that. Thank you. Okay, so we can only do one more. That's okay. So we'll let that kind of keep going for a little while. Are we looking up here? We did get our bronze. Not sure what the steel is used for. I am pretty intrigued by that. Okay, as you can see, I did make myself a little pair of pants as well. Cotton yarn, rope, and iron ore. Looking pretty good, looking pretty spiffy. I also made myself a pair of boots here. I'm going to go ahead and throw my other hat on. I just like it better. Alright, and you can make clothing, you can make all kinds of stuff. Let's go ahead and come over to our spindle again. We're going to make as much cotton yarn as possible. And the cotton you just get from picking it off the ground. There's so many resources that you need. It can feel extremely grindy. But I mean, you know, it's just part of the game. And eventually, a lot of these lower items you won't need as much. But if you're playing a solo game, you don't have any enemies except for bears and bandits and, you know, bison and other animals that will attack you. So, another helpful hint, shoot for the head. It doesn't matter if you're going for the bandits or for the animals. Headshots super matter in this game. Cool. Well, let's give this a few minutes. We'll let this stuff grind down. I know that this sound can be a little loud. So we'll go ahead and let that get finished. And I'll see you guys in just a minute. Okay, so I went ahead and turned that very loud, obnoxious grinder off. We've made all that we can make because we only had a limited amount of sulfur here. So I went ahead and made this little guy here so we have a little bit of light. Speaking of light, let me show you real quick. In the metalworking station here, there are different types of lanterns and things that you can make. I guess it wouldn't be too bad to go ahead and make a couple of those, huh? Very cool. I do have a couple other things in the works, but coming back to the gunpowder, you come to your chemistry station here. Let's go ahead and craft as many of these as possible. Again, this takes sulfur, coal, and salt dust. Now, the sulfur rocks are the little gray rocks that have the green ribbons going through them. That's how you know what that is. You're going to always need all three of those. Anytime you see sulfur, coal, or salt, definitely get as much as you possibly can. It's going to be very important for ammunition. Nobody wants to be running around using bows and arrows the entire time, because the weapons just work so much better against big game. Okay, so what else we got here? We can make some very nice weapons. We need about 20 more of these guys here. And what are we going to need for our bullets? Let's go ahead and look. For the pistol ammo, which is what we're going to look at, because that's the only thing that I've crafted so far, you need iron ore, gunpowder, and bronze. So we got the gunpowder coming. We're going to need a little bit more of the iron. Oh, no, we have iron ore. And we should have the bronze here. Okay. Very nice. Gunpowder is crafted. So let's come back over here. Let's shift click and craft all. That's only going to make 2, but if you see right here, 2 is going to equal 20. So, again, not the most, but you need to get, that's why those different types of ores are very important, so that you can make as much gunpowder as possible. Right click, you can get it out of the inventory. How many do we got? Oh, we need just a few more here. But let me show you some of the tools that I did make here. Okay, so we touched on this a little bit last time. Let's go ahead and auto stack and sort the items again. Here we go. So we got this one on number 8 and this one on number 5. As a matter of fact, the sledgehammer. So the sledgehammer here is very similar. You don't need the sledgehammer to break any of the walls here. You can just hold E, go down and hit delete if you want. Or if you have the sledgehammer, go ahead and get that out here. You point at anything that you want to delete, you can hit it and it'll actually give you some resources back, but only if you have the sledgehammer. So if let's go to number 8 here. And what this little bricklaying tool does is if you hold E, very similar to Oh, I'm sorry. Right click. Don't hold E. Very similar to the hammer, except this is brick type of building. So you can make brick walls of different kinds. You can make different types of floors and ceilings. You can actually make jail bars, different things like that. Very cool. Similar thing here for the water, or the little water. I guess it's a pipe wrench. You can make a pump trough. You can make a large water tower and just a water tower. Now it takes a lot of planks and some iron ore. Let's see if we can make more. Oh hell, why not? Let's just make it all. Do we have more wood? Yeah, we got some more wood over here, so it's not that big of a deal. So we'll go ahead and make a little water tower or something today, just so you guys can see it. There are a few other tools. Let me see if I can find them. Let's see, I think the shovel might be one of the... I think it's either the shovel or the hoe that you can make farm plots. There's a sword here. You can make a safe. I think that's pretty much it for today. Yeah, for right now, I think that's pretty much it. Okay, we got some lanterns here. Let's throw those in. Number 7. Where do we want to put them? I would say we can throw one like right here out of the walking path. There we go. Now you can walk up to these. They are interactive. You can light and extinguish the torch. Very nice. Let's hit number 7 again. Ooh, it doesn't like it putting it over here, does it? No, it sure doesn't. I guess you're going to need it on a flat surface. We could put one right up here. That's just for experimental, just to kind of let you guys kind of see how everything works. Well, now even if we come over here and extinguish this guy, you can see it gives off a decent amount of light, a little pulsing glow. I like that. Let's get some more planks here. Very cool. What can we make? Or did I already make something? I don't recall. Aha! There we go. Number 7. Okay. So, we come over here, we can hit number 7. Let's go ahead and throw it off to the side here. Look at that. Check that out. You can come into here, and this is a massive storage. You can bring your horse over here. I don't believe you need anything abnormal to be able to hook your horse up to this. Let's just get close. Come over here, press E to attach horse. Very nice. And look at that. Now you get on your little horse. And you have a mobile storage. You can still run with it, albeit it's a little bit slower. But you can run with it, and you have a mobile storage. So if you have a lot of different nodes, a lot of different trees, a lot of different things that you want to pick up, this is the best way to do it. You can get it all, one shot, bring it home, unload it, be done, and move on to bigger and better things. So there you go. That's how that works. All right, horsey, you stay right there. Yes, stay. Okay, good. Here's another pretty fun item here, guys. We go ahead and hit number 7. Ooh, that didn't like that very much at all. Let's get outside of the house and hit number 7. Nope, I guess that's just how they place them now. Well, that's kind of weird. I guess this is so that you can make sure there's nothing interfering. That's pretty new. Well, for environmental reasons, we don't want to be too close to the water. We'll go ahead and move this over here. Again, just so you guys can see it. And there we go. Look at that. Big oil pump. Very, very cool. Open storage, take all items, destroy. Now, if you just push E on it, you need coal. Another reason coal is very important. You need coal in order to power this guy. Let's go pick up some real quick. Now this will only keep it running for a very short time, so you're going to need a decent amount of coal here. Alright, 20. We'll at least get to see how it works, see how it moves. Now, obviously, this is to collect oil. I mean, let's not get crazy with it. So we can throw some coal here. What happened to the rest of our damn coal? Oh, apparently we had a decent amount of it. For some reason, it's not making noise right now. Typically, it does. That's pretty cool. This is kind of what I was talking about. This game, it gets pretty in-depth, but in a good way. Not in a, oh, scum, and you have to manage your vitamin intake kind of way. Yeah, not at all. Okay, so our metal is done. So we can go ahead and craft a couple more items before we get out of here for the day. First and foremost, we're going to go ahead and splurge on the big, large water tower. Now look at this gargantuan thing. Isn't it awesome? So how you want it placed is completely and entirely up to you. We're just going to go ahead and plop it down here so that we know. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Let's go ahead and get this HUD out of the way. Very cool. And one more thing, we did make just enough. We're going to do a metal pump trough here. And we'll just put this next to the house. Look at that. Pretty cool crafting items today. So for this little guy here, if we come over here, click and hold, you can actually fill your canteens and stuff with it. You got your bucket as well. I believe you should be able to do the exact same thing here. Maybe not. So yeah, there's just a couple little, helpful tips and tricks, things that we can craft. Some pretty cool, interesting things in this game, guys. If this kind of game interests you, if it's cheap enough, I'm not sure what the price is right now. I was told it's on sale currently. If that's the case, definitely worth picking up. If it's sub $20, absolutely worth it. This is definitely one of these things while you're stuck in the house. It's going to be one hell of a time waster. So yeah, it gets a thumbs up for me. I'm going to be playing this a little bit more. If this is something that you guys would be interested in seeing a live stream of, feel free to let me know. I can grind off camera. That way we have plenty of resources while we are, alive and kicking, doing everything live. So let me know what you guys think about the game. Let me know what you think about the video in the comments below. Feel free to hit the like button. Much appreciated. All the people that support me on this channel. We have just gotten over 50 subscribers. Thank you to each and every one of you guys. And yeah, feel free to be one of those subscribers yourself. But until the next video, my name is Egyptian. I'll catch you guys later.